Hey you guys, welcome to Therapy Talk with Tammy and Pauline. I'm in my bathroom again, this time a little bit different, but it's still a little bit like the other video I made. I made a video not too long ago about hair, rice water and hair, but you know what? My hair is growing pretty well, and it's been a few months since I recorded that video. However, I really want a little bit more. I tried hair extensions a couple years ago and I loved it. However, it was the wrong hair extension for me. Sorry, my dog is drinking water in the background if you're wondering what that sound is. And it just kind of showed through my hair. Now, I am perfectly okay with keeping my hair as is, but I don't typically change the color of it. So I thought I might as well just change the length of it. So I'm going to give it a try. I'm going to try tape-in extensions. I'm not sure how much I'm going to like it or if I'm going to like it, but I'm going to see my beautician. It is 8:15 at night. I have had a very long day. I've been working since 8 and I'm going straight from work to there. I just had a little bit of bite of eat, let the dogs out. And so I'm sure she has had a long day. I have had a long day, but we are going to try to manage a interview while she's doing my hair. So let's see if we can get this done. These are the hair extensions I got. There's the color in there. The brand is Zala. I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but it's a really beautiful box. And you go online and you order the hair length and the thickness of it and the color. So I read some reviews and it stated about 4 of these would be good for thick hair. Well, I wasn't reading directions very closely, so I got 4 total, but I could probably really get away with 2 of them. But I got 2 different colors. They're very similar, as you can see, but one's a little bit lighter than the other. And I know this lighting isn't the best, but anyway, that's what I got. I called customer service. I was able to get into customer service right away because I thought I hadn't ordered enough hair or too much hair. I just had a lot of questions because I didn't know what I was doing. But anyway, they assured me that I have more than plenty hair and that it should work really well. So anyway, so let's go see if I can get these suckers put in. Okay, this is my person, Lori.
Hi.
Lori has been my person for probably about 2, maybe a little over 2 years, I think. Lori, I need to move this up because I can't see your face very much. That's better. That's better. Okay. So I thought let's kill 2 birds with 1 stone, and we both are here very late, probably later than what you want to be.
Yeah. Well, I don't mind.
But I thought we would just talk about you and how you became a hairdresser, and we just kind of go from there. Is hairdresser the correct term?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hairdresser, cosmetologist, it doesn't matter.
Okay. So tell me, how did you get here?
Well, when I used to work at a company called Maytag, and I got laid off, and it was either go to school to be a nurse or go to school to be a hairdresser, and I was kind of always dabbling in the hair when I was little. I used to do my sister's hair and the neighbor's hair, and so it just kind of made sense. I just wanted to do something that I enjoyed.
Sure.
And I thought nursing would be an awesome job, but I'm older and I want to enjoy my last few years of working.
Yeah.
So, and I wasn't disappointed in making this decision.
You weren't. I was just going to ask you, so how did that decision treat you?
It has been the best job I could have ever had. It's withstood the recessions. It's withstood the, COVID. See you later, Millie. Bye. And it's a fun job. I laugh all day long.
Oh, that is so cool.
Yeah.
I feel like when I have been here and I hear the conversations kind of going on around me, I feel like you and the rest of the people that you work with, you guys are all like therapists. I feel like you guys are always, you get to know people. We're sitting in your chair for very long hours, or at least, long enough for you to get to know what's going on in people's life. Have you felt like you've kind of been in that role?
Yes. Like I just listen and you know, you hear people when you're touching people, you kind of open a door for people to talk. You know, but listening is the biggest one. People really, everybody has a story, and it's really interesting to listen to everybody's life and just showing compassion and understanding. Some people come in my chair, they don't even have anybody to talk to. And you see it all. You hear it all. So.
Do you have a hard time coping with maybe some of the things that you do hear from people?
Yes. Well, sometimes, sometimes I take it home and I worry about it.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think about it, but, you know, and then there's the humor you put in it that kind of helps you get through it all.
True. Yeah.
You know, when people are sitting in your chair and they're dying, and the things that matter to them are not the things that you think that matter anymore, you know? So it's also me getting a lesson in life each time somebody sits in my chair.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. That's so beautiful.
People are awesome, and everybody's got a wonderful story to tell.
What's your story?
My story?
Yeah, tell me your story.
My story is I have 4 sisters, and we were pretty poor. And I used to babysit. This is going to age me, but I used to babysit for 25 cents an hour. And my mom used to stick a bowl over my head, my sister's head, and cut our hair.
Mine too.
Yeah, it was horrible.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
So me and my sisters, we were traumatized by that. But I saved all my 25 cents an hour babysitting money, and I went and got a haircut.
You did.
And I watched every move the lady made, and then I came home and I practiced it on my sisters, and before you know it, I was cutting the whole neighborhood, the whole trailer park's hair. And you know, but then I never, when I was getting out of school and I was doing everybody's hair, I was burned out on hair, so that was the last thing. Last thing I wanted to do was do hair after that.
Yeah.
I didn't go get my license until I was 37. And then I also got my instructor's license so I can teach. But I love doing hair so much, I haven't even gone there.
You haven't done like the instructor part of it?
I taught for a little bit.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I want to do hair.
Yeah.
It's really a fun job, but I could fall back on that.
Sure.
You know, if I want to.
It's probably nice to fall back on.
Yeah. And I worked at Quakerdale, which was a home for troubled teens.
I didn't know that about you.
Yeah, for 13 years.
Wow.
And a lot of those kids, you know, their parents didn't even visit them. So a lot of them didn't even get a haircut. So they signed a release before I was even licensed that I could cut their hair. So I would cut their hair. So I was always, and when I worked at Maytag, people come over my house and I'd do their hair, you know. But I didn't know exactly what I was doing, but I wasn't I wasn't too far off.
Right.
Once I got the education, it just sealed the deal.
Right. It felt like it was definitely a natural fit for you.
Yeah, it was a natural fit.
Yeah. Was there, other than being a nurse, was there anything else that you wanted to do?
Not at that age. I mean, my mind has changed so many times over the years, but being a hairdresser or nurse at that age was very thought out.
Yeah.
You know, it was making the decision. I thought I'd be a little happier and it'd be a little funner if I did hair. And I have not been wrong.
Yeah. Well, you've made a really good name for yourself in this town. I know everybody that comes to the salon and knows you and every single one of your stylists here, I have not heard anything bad about anybody here. I think you guys just provide such, I don't know, I feel at home here, and I think other people do too, and you have such a big heart. That's when I thought about doing this today, I'm like, I hope that comes through, because you are definitely, you have the biggest heart out of a lot of people I know, and it's just, I just love that. I just love that.
You know, I really believe, I mean, like people in here are really positive. I think that's just the atmosphere we want it to be. I mean, people have told us they feel really comfortable being in here, and I love that. Everybody here is very diverse.
Yeah.
And I think that opens the door to so many different types of people, and I welcome every one of them.
Absolutely.
I want this to be a place that everybody can come.
Yeah.
You know, we all want that. I mean, we're all on the same page. Most of us have been here together for a long time, and we all feel this way.
So you guys are kind of like a family.
Yeah, it's definitely a family atmosphere.
Yeah.
We all know each other's kids. We all help take care of each other's kids. We have celebrations together. We've been through deaths and births and lots of things. So we are a family.
Yeah. And I think you feel that when you come here too.
Yeah, and people say they can feel that.
Yeah. I know I did when I first, and I've never had the same person do my hair ever in my entire life until I met you.
Well, that's awesome.
So yeah, I've always bounced around because I just didn't have, I don't know what it was, but some of it had to do with me moving around a lot, but I just never had a connection, and I just felt a connection with you immediately. So
that's nice.
Yeah, you have a really good reputation. So in thinking about, like, just over the last few years, I know you and I have talked in the past about, like, how it has been a challenge to, because you own this place, right?
Yeah.
Just the challenges that came from, like, COVID in 2020 and running your own business and being in this small community. How do you mind sharing, like, how that worked out for you, or what were some challenges, or what are some successes from that time of your life? It was
crazy. It was the first time ever that I thought I was going to have to maybe look for help, because we were shut down. It was really super scary, and then coming back, we had to have so many different things. We had to have ventilation. We had to have separation. We had to have mask, and there was a lot of requirements for us to come back, which created lots of anxiety from the people in here. I've never seen, people so fearful, and then people so angry, and then just people were scared. Nobody knew, but people felt safe because we did take all the precautions that we were supposed to do. Plus,
sure, yeah,
but there was still, like, I had people that said, they would call me, Lori, I can't come in, I'm too scared. Or I still have people say, Lori, I need you to wear a mask. I'll wear a mask.
Really?
I'll do whatever.
Oh yeah.
The fear is still
right.
very high, and the anxiety and the depression. I think it's at an all-time high. It's created probably people like you to be extremely busy.
Yeah. Yeah, I do feel like anxiety, and it still does feel that way.
Yes.
I think it lightened up a little bit
Yes.
right when mask mandate went away, but it still feels like it went back up after that. I'm not sure what happened around that time
I feel like it's coming up again. I don't know what's going on right now, but I really believe, people are still getting sick, but
True.
it's just, people are just, and I think it's unhealthy too, because people aren't wanting to get out. I still have a lot of people who haven't come back.
Fear seems to be really, really high.
I think it gave people, fear is very high. I think it gave people a little bit of a post-traumatic stress
Absolutely.
response.
Definitely. Did you struggle with anxiety during that time frame as well?
I had anxiety over surviving.
Surviving?
Yeah,
Okay.
like when, during the COVID, we were shut down.
Surviving, like, financially.
Financially,
yes. Okay.
Your business, something you worked so hard for, and getting shut down, and then catching COVID. I'm not somebody who has anxiety. I think I formed a little bit, but I don't have a lot of anxiety. I just kind of go with the flow mostly.
Sure.
But there's some times that I was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Is this what this looks like? What do I plan? How do I plan for this?
Yes. It just, all the uncertainty, I think, was very, and I think too, I remember a conversation we had, just the protocols and the things that we had to put in place as the business kept changing.
Yes.
So you would get used to it one day. I'm like, okay, so this is what we need to do as a business this day.
Yes.
But then there was always these changes, and if you don't adjust to change very well, that's another layer of like, what are we doing? What are we doing from one day to the next?
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's change to something a little bit more fun. So what has been some hair trends that you have seen in your lifetime that you have not been a fan of?
Well, I like all of it.
Yes.
But you know, the fun novelty colors, those are like those have not gone away. There's certain people in here that are really super good at that.
Uh-huh.
I can do it, but I'm not as good as some of the people. Apparently I'm older. I see younger kids that are in here that can do that stuff really good.
Yeah.
You know, fun things are hair extensions, hair, it's all fun.
Yeah.
There's nothing I don't like about doing hair, but there's been some fun, you know, styles, but I think styles also repeat themselves.
Yes.
They kind of just go, and when you're old enough, you see them go around more than once, you know, but it's all fun.
Yeah.
People say, do you like doing perms? You don't do very many, but I like it.
You do like doing perms?
Yeah, I like everything about doing hair. There's not.
Yeah, you are a true.
Yeah, there's some people that don't do perms. You
Yeah.
know, they don't like them, and I just like doing all the differences and things. I like to
the variety
change
of it.
up, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So if you had to do like perms all day long, 5 days a week, you probably wouldn't be as much of a fan.
Right. Right.
I'm guessing.
Right.
Yeah. That's like with me with therapy. I love trauma, and that is my heart. I absolutely love it. But I love the absolute, I keep saying absolute, I love the variety I get from people every single day. My day is never ever the same. 1 minute to the next. It is always different. And if I wake up thinking my day is going to go a certain way, even if I look at my schedule, it is never going to go how I expected it. So I do like the changes and the variety that I get in my job. It really keeps me on my toes, and it just helps with boredom and I don't know, I just love change when it comes to stuff like that.
I like change
I'm guessing.
too.
Yeah, I'm guessing.
And each time I get a different person sitting in my chair, it's a change.
Yeah.
And so I could be doing perms all day, but I'm talking to a different person.
That's true. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I am so impulsive, so.
You are. You do like the changes.
Oh.
I love that when people aren't afraid of
I
it.
feel like I don't know what people think of me when they come in my office and
I
they
think
see
people love it.
different. I can't do different colors, but yeah, I can do extensions.
You can do
or
short hair, long
short
hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not afraid to do anything.
Yeah. I do like change. I really
Yes.
do. Phone that I use for most of my recordings. I have 2 phones.
Yeah.
This phone I'm
Okay,
still trying to
forward
get used
and
to.
look down.
All right,
There you go.
you can go ahead and start whenever.
So, do you feel like you're in therapy mode every time you come into a place?
Into here?
Yeah. Like you can't even sit down and people are like, oh, you're a therapist. Hey, I got this problem.
Yeah, it does happen a lot.
Because I have doctors that come to me and they're like, and I'm not kidding you, people come up to them and they're like, hey, I have a problem. And they're so gracious and they try to answer it, but it's like, you know, it's like they don't get it turned off. For me, I go into a grocery store and somebody's like, don't look at my eyebrows or don't look at my hair. And I wasn't even looking, you know?
Yeah.
But I don't have to answer any questions or put myself into that role.
Yeah. I do feel like it happens a lot. You know, when I'm meeting people brand new for the first time, if they ask me what I do and it's like, let's say I go on vacation somewhere, so I'm not even anywhere close to here. They ask me what I'll do. I just say I work in mental health. I will not say I'm a mental health therapist.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, so that's just a boundary for me because I don't want to get into that like, hey, you know, I have depression and they'll go on and on and on and I don't want to be rude, but I want to have my time off too.
Right.
So I have said that, and people's not assumed that I was a therapist, so that has worked pretty well for me. But I've learned the hard way because there has been times, you know, I worked really hard for this degree, and I'm later in life, I got the degree, you know, so I am proud of the accomplishment. So when people used to ask me out and about, I would gladly say this is what I am, and then I would learn that, you know, it's probably not the best everywhere I go to people know that what I do. It's just I need to have some boundaries for myself. Not that I'm not proud of, that's not the case at all. I just need to check out as well.
Right.
And kind of like what you just said, like going to the grocery store, somebody might come up to you and say, oh my gosh, this, you know, my hair looks so bad today. And it's like, when I am not working, I am not working.
Yeah.
I am not thinking about mental health.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about mental health. I don't, even if I see clients out and about, I'm not thinking about what they said, you know, 3 weeks prior. I am so like, I'm out.
Yep.
I have to.
You have
I
to.
have to. So I don't even.
Do you find it's hard to have boundaries?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
I do. I mean, like good example of like what we just said a little bit ago, when I have, you know, I should cut my caseload off, but I just keep it open because I feel like I want to help people.
Mm-hmm.
And I know we don't have very many services in this town.
No, you don't.
So I feel really bad to like tell people no. So I'll book them out like a month later. And maybe by then they don't need a therapist and they'll cancel and stuff. But that's probably my biggest boundary right now is just
Time.
my caseload is so full and I feel like I still should be able to give.
Yeah.
I think when you work for yourself,
Yeah.
it's hard too because you have a reputation and you want to continue to have that reputation and you just want to serve as many people as possible. So I think that has been difficult.
Yeah. What's your caseload like?
Oh, I couldn't even tell you.
Wow.
I couldn't even
Somebody
tell
asked
you.
me that about hair.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
like, how many people do you think you have? And I'm like, I've really never
Yeah.
counted them up. But I have 3 books full of them.
Yeah.
So I'm not really, but it's to the point where I can't take it anymore.
Yeah. And how long have you been doing hair?
Since 2003.
2003.
Yeah.
It's a long time.
And it's been the best since 2003, it's been the best time of my life.
Oh.
I mean, I've had jobs where I'm watching a clock.
Oh, yeah.
And I work long hours, so I've had jobs where I'm watching a clock. I'm like, oh my God, it's 8 o'clock right now? What? The time just flies,
Yeah.
you know, it's such a good job that way.
Aww.
You know, it was what I was meant to do.
Mm-hmm.
May not be a nurse, may not be, you know, anything.
You're
but
making such a big impact, though.
It's
You
a
really
fun
are.
job.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You're making.
And I think I can do it till I'm 70 or 80, at least.
Is that your plan?
I'm hoping. I'm like, I want to be the oldest person to do hair. You know, there's like an 80 or 85-year-old lady doing it still, you know.
Aww.
I'm sure there's maybe older people than that.
Yeah.
You know, I hope I might have some bifocals, some serious
Yeah.
bifocals to make sure I can hit that
So
spot.
do you not want to retire?
You know, I mean, for me, being a hairdresser, it's also like it's my family.
Yeah.
So it's my social. It's my. I get a lot from it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not just about me but there's a lot.
Yeah.
You know, whenever something happens or goes wrong, or you know, God, the people that support you, and like during COVID, people were calling me and worried about me, and like, I mean, people really do care. You know, and there's good people out there.
There really are.
You know, and
So
I
refreshing.
live for those good people.
Yeah.
I live for those people that, you know, show me the good. You know, I don't think I have anybody who I don't feel that way about.
Yeah. So now we're gonna start the extensions. My hair has been highlighted. Oh, that looks really good. Thank you.
Okay, so I'm gonna have you hand these to me.
Yes.
So we got to. Oh, you open a package and I open a package.
Okay. I probably should have asked you like of certain brands, if there's certain brands that you've worked with.
Human hair.
Yes.
You know, human hair is. This looks like some nice hair.
All
So.
right. I'm struggling. Oh,
Here,
I got it.
Here, it is childproof, I know. And I'm having a hot flash, apparently.
See?
Woo!
I'm telling
We're at the
you,
same
this
age.
menopause stuff, I
It
am
is
not a
crazy.
fan.
It is
I
crazy.
remember making fun of my mom when I was a kid.
Oh, yeah. I don't even remember my mom having them. So I don't know.
Ooh, this feels really
This
nice.
is really nice here.
Yes, it feels really. I thank the person who sacrificed their.
Yes. This looks really nice. This is 100%.
The reviews. I don't do anything without looking at reviews forever.
Is it
I
good?
overly look at reviews.
Yeah.
Almost obsessively. I cross-reference, and yes, this got very high reviews with the amount of money that you spent.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not the most expensive, but it's not the cheapest either.
Right.
So, I tell you what, when it
Okay.
came in the mail, I
What
thought
I'm gonna
I'd
have
ordered.
you do?
Yes.
So you put these two together. So I'm gonna need you to take the tape off.
Do what
and
now?
hand them to me. This tape?
Yeah. On both sides?
No.
Just one
Only
side?
on one side.
Because there's tape on both sides, right?
Yes. No.
Oh, no?
No,
Oh.
it's this blue stuff is not gonna be in your hair, so you want the blue stuff off.
Oh, we want the blue stuff.
Yeah. And it's just getting it. I got
Where do
fake
you want
nails
me
on.
to? I know, me too. Where do you
So,
want me to put
see?
my little? Oh, okay.
So I'll get a trash can, so I'll take two at a time. So I'll take this one. So, there. Woo!
Yeah. Oh, this is a lot of hair, isn't it?
Yeah.
It doesn't. It
But
didn't.
it's not as much as it looks when you put two of them together.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yep. So take these little tabby things off. I don't have my glasses on either, so that's.
You want to
good.
use some readers?
I might be able to get it if I hold it out far enough.
Here's some readers.
Okay.
Here.
Getting
Try these.
old. Lori and I are having menopause issues. We
Yep.
can't see. We're obviously around the same age.
Yes.
Wait, did I already give you one, or?
You gave me one, and I'll
Okay.
here in a
All
minute
right.
get
So
the
I'll
other one.
wait to do. So explain the process, since I don't know really how. I mean, I did a little bit of research, but how does this work?
So it's taped in, and you just take a real fine piece of hair, and then you kind of like put the two tape-in pieces between it, and it just makes your hair fuller.
Okay. And longer, obviously.
Yeah.
Now, will I be able to have my hair, like if I want my hair in a like ponytail, or pull it
Yeah.
back, or am I
it's
gonna
not
see?
like right on your hairline.
Okay.
Yes. It's not right on your hairline.
Okay. The sticky is pretty sticky.
It is.
So I thought I would just ask you just some silly random questions.
Okay.
So if you were a color, what color would you be and why?
Green.
Why?
I love to look at the color green. I
Yeah.
like the outdoors. I like everything green. There's not one shade of green. Seems like a peaceful, happy color.
Yeah. I like that. Green.
How about you?
I like the like sky blue or
Ooh, it's sticking.
yeah, I just like the really dark, not quite royal blue, but kind of a mixture between, I don't know. I had a Jeep that color. It was my favorite.
Did you?
color.
I remember you having a Jeep. Is that
Yeah.
the same
Whoops,
one?
oops, sorry. I didn't get that
Oh,
one
that's
ready for
okay.
you. Yeah, so that color. How about your favorite food?
I like all food, but I really love vegetables.
Oh, that's a plus.
I love if it's. I like weird food, like not weird food, but food that you don't normally have, like Vietnamese. I like Japanese.
Okay.
I like food from other countries.
Yeah.
Take a couple of them.
Okay. They are fun.
I like all kinds of food though.
Yeah.
But the stranger it is, the more I like it.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So
anything that you
is
don't
it just
normally
the
see.
experience?
Indian food. Yeah, I just like the differences.
Huh.
I'm just not your potato.
What if you don't like it? Like, what if
I'll
the
still
texture's
try it.
icky or the flavor's
I do
yucky?
like texture.
Yeah.
But I'll try anything though. I'm not afraid to try anything. Okay, now can you feel this? Feel that. How's that feel?
Yeah. It's hard to see.
We'll cut them when we're done.
Yeah.
See that? And so you can put your hair up, you don't even see it. See?
Okay, cool. I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
I hope this works well for me.
I do too. We've done, what was it, the beaded?
The beaded,
Or,
yeah.
or the
Is that what
bonded.
it's, I don't
Bonded.
know. Oh, bonded,
We did the
yeah.
bonded one.
Because that was that heat clamp thing.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
And that was kind of hard because you felt her hair's super fine and she felt every little piece.
Yeah, that was hard. I don't know if I can do more than one at a time.
That's okay.
I'm trying. Favorite childhood memory?
Swimming in lakes. Heck, I even swam in an irrigation ditch. I used to swim wherever I could
What's
swim.
an irrigation ditch?
It was like like a not so clean water.
Oh. It's probably why you have a pool now.
Yeah, I love the water.
Yes,
Some
I
of my
know.
most camping, being outdoors, fishing.
Yes. Water is so therapeutic.
It is.
I love
water
well. Yeah. Did you ever have an embarrassing moment?
Oh my God, I'm embarrassed every single day.
Every single day? What are you
I do silly stuff every single day. Just, I'm human.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Like I forget my keys somewhere. I'm talking on my phone. What the heck? Where's my phone? It's in my. I do stupid stuff all day long. But I can laugh at myself.
Yeah, you've got to. You really have to.
My most embarrassing moment, but that's probably
just
every
daily
day.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have so many too. There's one that comes to mind pretty often when I think about just in my career. So I really quickly ate like a white frosted donut. And I didn't look in the mirror after I ate it. I just ate it, and this client came in, and this client was just a really great client. But all of a sudden he gets up and he's like, I just gotta go. I have things to do. He started acting really weird, and I'm like, what's going on? Anyway, so he excused himself very quickly. He left, and I just went to the bathroom because I was just going to go to the bathroom. Went to the bathroom, and I closed the door, and I saw myself in the mirror. And not only did I have white frosting on my nose and my upper lip, like a little mustache, but 2 of my buttons on my shirt was unbuttoned by my bra, and my boobs were hanging out.
That is funny.
And I was like, oh my God. Like, oh my God.
How do you face him?
And I never saw him ever again. He never came back. I was like, oh my gosh. That's
funny.
crazy.
Do something kind of like that. One time I went to this museum, and me and Leslie, my best buddy, we went to a Subway and we had a salad, and I said, put lots of oregano on there. And so we went to this wrestling museum, and there was one of the guys there that was the wrestler, and I was laughing. He was making me laugh. It was funny. Oh my goodness. The whole time I had oregano in my teeth, so I looked like it was horrible. We get in the car, and I'm like, oh, why didn't you tell me? She's like, how do you tell you when you're talking and laughing and having a good time? I'm like, oh, thanks a lot. But it was pretty funny.
How about, who
Who has made the most impact on you growing up?
I have a grandpa that I think me and all my sisters would say. He's just been the one steady, lovely person in our lives. Just a rock steady.
Yeah.
You know, my mom had kind of a hard life, and he was just there for every one of us.
Mm-hmm.
He lived to be 85, and he was just beautiful.
Aww.
Yeah. He outlived all his kids, pretty much. There's a couple that he didn't outlive.
I always wondered, like, how sad would that be to, like,
Oh, gosh.
outlive your family?
Yes. But he was pretty awesome. He was fun. He took us outdoors to do things, hunt, get grass. We'd take him get grass out in the woods for florist.
Oh, really?
We'd fish. He
That's
took
cool.
me deep sea fishing.
Ooh.
Yeah, I've had the most fun with my grandpa.
Aw. That's-
Crabbing, shrimping.
Oh my gosh, that sounds like a
Yeah,
blast.
we always.
Like, where did you go for that?
Washington State.
Washington State.
Cleaning them is not so fun.
Oh, what do you have to do to clean
To
shrimp?
pop their heads off and devein them and oh.
As a kid,
You know,
that
I
probably
kinda
was
lost-
mortifying.
I kind of lost my grandpa and I went fishing. Probably, you know, as I got older, it was getting harder for me to worm a fish and.
Oh,
So
yeah.
he's like, "What happened to you, Lori?" He's like, "I don't know." It's like I feel for that dang worm.
Yes. I remember doing that too. Like, my dad used to always have me do it, and I was able to do it as a younger, but I think once I realized that I was supposed to be grossed out by it or something,
Yeah.
that I'm like, you know what, it's gross.
Definitely got
I can't
harder.
do this.
Yeah.
Favorite place you've visited?
I went to Brazil.
Brazil.
That was cool. I have a friend that I went with. She has a good friend that lived with me, and we went to Brazil together. That's where she was from. She took me to meet her family, and it was probably the coolest trip I've ever been on.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know much about Brazil.
Oh, it was beautiful.
How long were you
There's a
there?
big, huge statue of Jesus's. and
Oh, okay, yeah.
we went to see that, but they were working on it, so we didn't get to
Oh,
actually go up there. But it was, you could see it was so beautiful.
That's
I
so
love
iconic.
Brazilian food. Oh my God, beans and rice and just collard greens and oh my goodness, that was such good food. They had this thing called cheese bread. It was like a crunchy bread on the outside and a gooey cheesy on the inside.
Ooh.
It was super yummy.
How was the culture different than
You know,
here? Or
her
was
family,
it?
her family wasn't really wealthy, but they were very happy. You know, like just happy people.
That's
They
like
didn't have a lot,
yeah.
but man, they would celebrate families. Like we went to, her son got Christian, and that's the reason why we went. She wanted to get him christened there.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, very Catholic community. It was really beautiful. The whole family comes together over an event like that.
That is cool.
Yeah.
When I travel, I always feel like I didn't realize how small
Yes.
like the world is, or even
How
myself.
small we are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very spiritual to me when I travel. I think a lot about God and creation and people and just how does this all work together, and it's just, I just feel so small.
Yeah, I feel small too.
So small. And
Like it is so populated. Like when I went to Brazil, it was super packed, you know, and I was like, wow, you know, we are just a speck,
we are.
you know. And then the cultures and the people and like it's how it all works.
How about biggest event in history that has had an impact on you?
I would say the World Trade Center changed me. I mean, it was just, I still have images of that, and I can't even get out of my head.
Really?
Yeah. And just things, yeah. That was probably the most significant.
Do you remember where you were when you?
I was working.
Yeah.
And everything stopped at that moment.
Yes. And again, when we talked about 2020 earlier, I remember, it felt like the world definitely stopped.
Yeah.
And everybody was just glued to their TV and scared.
Yeah.
I remember
oh my God, what's next?
the gas, like people lined up to get gas
Yeah.
and running to grocery stores and.
Well, and the thing that happened, like we've had a catastrophe of COVID.
Yeah.
But that was the World Trade Center was a catastrophe that changed people. People became more compassionate.
That's true.
People became more angry with the current situation.
You're right. It definitely had.
It had a different mentality. It had a different feel to it.
I didn't
You
think
know.
about that way. Yeah, people came together. I remember the prayer vigils.
Oh my goodness.
That they had, and everybody was just loving on each other.
Yes.
And it was
just
something
a different mentality, but it brought people together.
You're right. It totally did. If you were to give advice to younger hairstylists, what would it be?
Well, my niece is becoming a hairstylist. And I tell her, I said, because she's like, school drives me crazy. I said, and she gets all into the drama of school, this girl did this and this girl did this.
Yeah.
I said, Kylie, just focus on the person sitting in your chair. Just enjoy their story, enjoy the moments that you get with them.
Mm-hmm.
I said, that's what it's all about. That's what makes you enjoy the job.
Yeah.
You're given a gift to have a fun career and you can make some good money. Just focus on the person.
Yeah. It's good advice.
Yeah.
Just be present.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
It's easier for me to say being I'm older, but that's the best advice. I just gave it to her. I said it's not going to be easy starting out. You got to work. You got to be present. You got to show up.
Show up, yes.
Do
you feel like do you see a lot of you in her? Like being a young.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Except for, like she has me. So I'm not going to let her fail.
Right.
Not. She's going to be super successful. But I'm going to make her work for it. I told her, I said, you're going to stick around. You're not going to come and go. And if you don't have an appointment, you stick around and you.
Does she come up here then?
She used to be our receptionist, but now she's in beauty school.
Yeah.
Can you feel that now?
Yeah, it feels heavier.
Does it feel good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right here it feels weird, but that's where the stickies are, right?
Where?
Just like right there.
Right there?
Yeah.
Yep. That's
But
where
it's flat. I
It's
feel
flat.
like it's going to
you can sleep with
not
it.
affect my sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can sleep with it.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, this is the finished result. Lori, how did we get here?
Ooh, it took a while, but what is she? Doesn't she look fabulous?
She said I look younger, so I'm all about that.
Yes, I'm all about that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's healthy looking.
Yeah. It feels really good.
Yeah.
And she trimmed up some, but not a lot, but enough, it feels like. So
yeah, looks amazing.
Thank you, Lori.
Yep,
thank you for this interview.
It's
Thank you for
fun.
spending these few hours
Yes.
with me, making me more beautiful. I appreciate you so much.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.